What is going on, film fans? Jacob Bartley here for Apocalypse Movies, and this is my review for the comedy Rough Night. Now, I was super excited to watch this movie for a few reasons. I am a huge fan of Scarlett Johansson. She has been arguably my favorite actor in Hollywood for a number of years, so I'm excited to see her in anything, especially in something that she normally doesn't do, which is a comedy. I was really excited about that. I love hard R comedies. Those are my top three genres. It probably goes comic book movies, and then like thrillers and hard R films. I love hard R comedies, like films like The 40-Year-Old Virgin or Knocked Up. Those are some of my favorite movies of all time. So I was looking forward to this very much, and I thought the ensemble cast was great. Jillian Bell is hilarious to me. I think everything she does is super funny, so I was like, yes, I couldn't wait. Even before the movie started, I was like, come on, let's do this. I was like, I'm gonna like this even though it's getting bad reviews, and it's as bad as the rep that it's getting, maybe even worse in my opinion. I could not believe what I was watching. What is going on with rated R comedies this year? I don't think this is as bad as Baywatch. Baywatch is the worst movie of the year for me, but this is right up there for me. Ironically and surprisingly, Snatched has been the best hard R comedy to come out this year, and I thought it was going to be the worst. But let's get back to Rough Night. Now, you got these five girls coming together. You know, they're getting together. They haven't been together in a long time. They're best friends from college. And you have the one girl from Australia, Kate McKinnon's character. And before I go any further, I'm going to let you know that I am going to lightly spoil this film as I talk about it. And you clicked on the video, you know it's a spoiler review, so you have been warned from now on. So I thought the setup and the storyline was a little bit cliche. You have these friends who haven't seen each other in a while, and things aren't the same. Things have changed. Some of them want to reconnect and have things be the same. Some of them are moving on and still want to be friends, but are moving on in life and doing different things that don't necessarily involve the other people. And that's been done multiple times before, but it depends if it's done right. I didn't think they brought anything new to this as far as this storyline goes, so nothing there really got me. And the part of the movie that was supposed to get me is the comedy, the one-liners, the action comedy. When I say action comedy, I mean like the physical comedy, like people using their body to reflect something funny. None of that worked for me. Barely, I would say about 10% of the movie I thought was funny, and most of that came from Jillian Bell. And a few moments from a few other characters, but most of the funny stuff was Jillian Bell. She made me crack up so much, and I thought she was great. There's a few positives for me in this movie: Jillian Bell and Scarlett Johansson. Now, Scarlett Johansson wasn't necessarily funny, but she played the straight edge woman very well. You could tell that Scarlett Johansson was actually acting in this film, and props to her that no matter what she's doing, she brings it 110%. I really admire her as an actress, and she gave a strong performance in this movie, and I'm not even talking about comedically, I just mean in general she gave a very strong performance. Jillian Bell gave a very solid comedic performance like she always does. Some of the other actresses didn't do as great, but I did like them. Like, I liked the five girls together, but I just wish it was in a different movie. I really liked the dynamic between Scarlett Johansson and Jillian Bell's character and their relationship and what they were going through. It was probably the only good part of the movie. One of the worst parts of the movie is the way they portrayed the male characters in this film. Now, don't get me wrong, I wasn't offended by this at all. This reminds me of the Ghostbusters film that came out last year, which I really enjoyed, but one of my big flaws in that is they dumbed down all the men in the film and made men look like complete idiots, and this movie does the same thing. Now, I understand you're trying to, flip the role of the girls being the main characters and the men being the side characters and acting like bumbling idiots like they've done to so many women in so many comedies over the history of Hollywood. I understand that, but you don't create equality by going against equality, by mistreating men and treating men like dumb idiots like they did in the Ghostbuster movies. I think you're hurting the cause. They could have had both strong female characters and strong intelligent male characters as well, but instead they made all the women have like desirable qualities and stuff like that. I mean, for the most part, for most of the characters, and then every single man in this movie is a freaking dumb idiot or a criminal or a pervert or an asshole. Like, every man is just stupid. And I'm not offended by that as a male. I'm offended by that as a film fan. Like, people can do better than that when trying to portray whatever message they're trying to portray in doing that. So those were some of the huge negatives for me. And just bottom line, this movie just was not funny. Like, there are funny moments. There's some great performances, but it's ultimately not funny, and that's what a comedy is supposed to be. So with all of that being said, not a strong storyline. The comedy, which is supposed to be the biggest part, didn't work for me. I'm going to give this movie a 5 out of 10. That's the best I can give Rough Night, a movie that I was really, really looking forward to. Alright, well, that's going to do it for my review of Rough Night. Let me know in the comment section what you thought of this film. If you liked it, if you hated it, if you haven't seen it, are you looking forward to watching it? Let me know in the comment section. If you like all things film, subscribe to Apocalypse Movies and hit that like button. Thanks again for watching. Until next time, take care.